What's up, guys? This is your boy Ghost Rider 730. Happy Thanksgiving to all the guy gamers out there, female gamers out there. God bless y'all. What's up, guys? This is your boy Ghost Rider 730. Today's topic, guys, I just wanted to bring up was basically, it was just dawning on me that PlayStation, they have no games really coming out for 2019. Hmm. So I know there's a lot of damage control out there. And I'm like, wait, whoa, 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 whoa. So it's okay for PlayStation not to show up on the mecca of gaming, basically the Super Bowl, the NBA Finals, basically, the World Series. Need I go on? Basically, the biggest game event out there, and they not gonna show up, and nobody finds that crazy. I don't understand that. Like, this is a gaming, the biggest gaming that you can go to, invention, and not even the media's getting up on Sony. And I feel that, how you doing, Ice Queen Gaming? I just feel like this is kind of sad that these people are out there damage controlling heavy, saying that Sony does not need to go to E3. Smooth A1, what's up, bro? I see you. Ice Queen, hold on for 1 second. Let me read the comment section. Ice Queen Gaming. All right, I'm gonna read your comment. I don't mind Sony going to E3 next year, and I understand way people are not happy with Sony not going to E3 next year. Yeah, I'm not too cool with that, and I'm gonna get into that a little bit. I understand you probably fine, and I will wonder why you kind of fine, but I'm saying that's not cool. And I think a lot of this is the bias with the media. They letting this slide. All the damage controlling from Sony fanboys for this that are saying that it's not good. It's all right that Sony don't have to show up. And I think 2017 when Sony showed all those games, because y'all got to remember Microsoft showed I think 50 something games, 50 something games in that E3, and that's neither here or there. We talking about Sony right now, so I'm gonna just break it down like this. They showed a ton of games, Japanese games, little indies. Everybody went crazy when they seen God of War. Oh my lord, they went bananas. They seen Spider-Man swinging on his last web. And these guys, Days Gone and Ghost Tsushima, they was going crazy over these games. And a lot of these games we seen throughout the years, and we knew that they was coming. But for them to say that they basically sparse on next year and they don't really want to show Ghost of Tsushima, Days Gone, that's them bowing out. Not saying that they got something up their sleeve that they working on the PlayStation 5 and all of this, because this is just straight evidence that they don't really have shit to show. They bust their load in 2017. Let's be honest here. I'm trying to keep it real. Like, I knew it from the jump. Cause did y'all get your game? You haven't got Last of Us 2 yet. Have you gotten Ghost of Tsushima? Did you get your Days Gone? Okay, Smooth A1, I see you. That's just excuses, bro, for the lack of product. You right. You right. Because if this was Microsoft, look, we took a hit. I think what, 2017 or whatever, you ain't got no exclusives. What? You got oh my god, you got State of Decay. You got See a Trash and all. Get the fuck out of here. Those are still exclusives. But you know how it is. Since they got their big hitters, God of War, you know what I mean? That was a big hitter. And they got that little sprinkle with that Spider-Man. You know, they went haywire and they went crazy. But they failed to realize Your company's not showing up to the mecca of gaming. That should tell you something. That they ain't got shit to show y'all. Now, greatness awaits. Do y'all even got a date on Ghost of Tsushima and Days Gone yet? I think Last of Us you might have that date going in for 2019. But can somebody, if whoever listening, leave that down in the comment section for me? Because this is kind of crazy. I don't understand that. Like that bugs me out. Because this, if this was Microsoft, I know next year we got Gears coming 2019. We got Ori and the Blind Wisp. We got Crackdown. We got a couple of games coming out. But now we can't say that PlayStation's sparse. I'm just saying, I just had to get things off my chest because I feel like when I listen to podcasts and I listen to PlayStation people out there, they're bigger YouTubers than, and this is not no shots at Zaire and them, Zaire's crew, because he got the Pony podcast. I ain't talking about them. I'm talking about other Sony dudes, bigger YouTubers, right? They are damage controlling this fuckboy shit. Because if this was Microsoft, bro, it would have been all over the headlines. IGN, everybody, they dead. They not showing up. They ain't got no games. We've been hearing that for a long time. And multiplats is games. The same thing that they use in the beginning of our generation, of this generation. They was getting their indies and they was talking about 1080p, and they also was talking about that was power, resolution really. They wasn't talking about graphics, they was talking about resolution and indies. That was it. When we was getting all the games, that's what they was throwing at us. We slowed up for like a year or maybe two, and they're slowing up again because they slowed up in the beginning. So what's the excuse now? I don't get that. What's up, 100?
What's up, man?
Hey, what's good, brother? I'm glad you back and we rocking out together, man.
Oh yeah, man. I'm
Yeah,
here,
man.
what I'm saying?
Happy Thanksgiving, my brother.
You too, man.
Yeah, definitely. New York and LA in the building, baby. You already know. But yeah, Hunted, man,
Yeah.
like, yo, what you think about this, Hunted? Like PlayStation not showing up to E3. And you got these, I'm a, how we do, we curse a little. These fuck boys talking about like they don't care. Like Sony's bigger than E3. Like we don't have to show up.
Man,
You
I've
know.
been seeing what you talking about. I'm saying it's the same. I ain't, just because I ain't said nothing, ain't like I ain't saw shit. I didn't saw, like you say, bigger YouTubers. Was like, maybe YouTubers losing his spaz. Bullshit. People, YouTube, like I told them, it's like the Rose Bowl. It's the granddaddy of them all. People go there, they have a good time. You can go network. It's parties up. It's like the NBA. It's like the NBA All Star game. It's like
Yeah,
the Pro Bowl. Everybody show up. Don't care what team that you root for. We went last year. We met people from France that was covering it. Met people from Europe that was covering E3. They want us to come to Gamescom.
look at that.
You know what I'm saying? And difference between Gamescom and E3. Gamescom is free, where E3 is not free. E3 used to be free, but E3 ain't lost. People said this years ago when E3 through when the media was complaining was just too many people at E3,
Yeah,
and they took it off from the public. They said E3 was gonna die then, and that was about, I could say, about 10 years ago. It's still there. It's still relevant. You Sony feel like it's being a little cocky. We don't got, but they don't have nothing to show. They're gonna show you Days Gone. How many times we saw Days Gone?
I'm
Until it's
telling
gonna
you,
be all gone.
Hunted, was it like two E3s or three E3s? We seen that shit, something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
But then you get mad when you see a certain game Microsoft didn't show. We didn't saw that. They was mad because Microsoft didn't show Crackdown. If Microsoft would have showed Crackdown, they would have said the same thing. We tired of seeing Crackdown, so Microsoft said, "Okay, we'll show it at our XO event."
yep,
Where people got mad about. Look at all the shit that Sony been canceling now. Sony didn't cancel PlayStation Experience. That's a joke. Showing you the same, charging you to see the same shit that you saw at E3. While they sitting on the couch talking, and they're talking about their business relationship. What it has to do with gamers.
Yep.
They're not. They didn't interact with the gamers last year. You had what Lab? I can't think his name. Old boy and old boy that made the pro. That's just a little bit more. They all sitting on the couch. You talking about how they finally let him out the basement.
Yep, you're right about that. What's up, Graphic God? I see you, boy. And Ice Queen Gaming, I'm sorry to hear you for your loss with your husband, and you got a lot of backlog, and you talking about you getting days gone. That's a blessing when it comes out. Enjoy what you like. You understand? You would never hear Ghost or Hunted and them talk about we're gonna really hate on you for a game that you want that you really like. You know what I mean? You're a gamer at the end of the day. We're gamers. But what I'm trying to say is like this is not cool. And look, well, Hunted just broke it down because Hunted lives in LA and he be at the events. He sees it. You know who Hunted is out there. And he's going to these events and he's telling you it's live. Like we got dudes that go out there that I know, like Megatron, you Hunted. There's a couple of dudes that been out there and they have a ball. And they say it's so much gamers out there. You understand? For them to say and lie because their company's not going to say they don't need E3. Now, this is the thing. E3 shows you games and new games that are to come. Now, they talking about this PlayStation 5 hypeness, and it's like, I think it's just clickbait, to me, in my honest opinion. I don't really think, yeah, they might have the dev kits out there, but nobody know the specs. Nobody really knows. Only Phil Spencer and his team, and I feel Yoshida and them, whoever's running Sony, knows that. They're not going to let that shit leak out 2 years early, prior to that. You understand? So I feel like a lot of this shit be bullshit. You understand? And I feel like people need to understand and wake the fuck up. Like, this console, the X and the Pro just came out. So I feel they're not going to really bring out a console for 2019. And a lot of them motherfuckers got exposed anyway. It's crazy because they was talking about 2019, the machine was coming out. They said, also, I remember hearing people talk about those exclusives. Remember 2017 when Sony bust their load? They was telling me that Days Gone, all these games was gonna be out. 2018, my brother. We still in this year. And none of them shits is there. They only got dates on some certain games, they main games. But though they say we got games, you feel me? Like they get Japanese games that was handed out, which we telling them that we heard it from. And, you know, we don't hardly speak to Mr. Wolf, but Mr. Wolf, Mr. Iron Wolf, basically, he knew the truth. And my team and all of us, Hunted, you know this, we all knew the truth on why. This is why we brought it up, that those was handouts that we wasn't really getting on the X. There was a reason why. Because the head mother effer told us on the low. You understand? That there is bias with the media. There is bias with this on the Xbox. But hey, what can we do? You understand? It is what it is. So now, Microsoft's also 100. And y'all down in the comment section, y'all let me know about they building a studio up in Japan or something like that to start getting these Japanese games rolling probably. What you think about that, honey?
Yeah, I heard they doing an Asian. They trying to make an Asian division and stuff like that. Like you say, I think out of a lot of gamers that people follow and stuff like that, we play Jap. I know I play Japanese games, but I ain't gonna tell you all of them is good, is great, it's the best thing. But people don't understand. They go to Sony. They don't come to Microsoft.
Wow.
And say, hey, they don't come to Microsoft and say, hey, you want this game on your platform? You know what I'm saying? And stuff like that. And then, just because you guys get it, they don't buy them. They don't buy them. So, you know, you got to give Microsoft some type of credit to something. At least they trying to diversify their portfolio. They don't need to, but they're doing it.
And Phil did say that he wanted to build his own portfolio. You right?
Yeah.
I don't know why people. Yeah, you right. Go ahead, honey.
Yeah. So you can't get mad at them. This and that and whoop whoop and all this. Like I told them, what you got to play this holiday season? Sony never. gives you nothing to play in holiday season because they know what? Oh, they're gonna try to depend on the multi-plat. But where's your car game at? But then you got mad because Microsoft pushed Crackdown back to February. It was for a reason. It would have got ate up right now. Look at everybody in love with Red Dead. Fallout 76. I don't know about that shit. I got to get back into it. Uh, um, you know what I'm saying? Look at all the multiplats that's coming out. So you can't get mad at anybody about what's going on because the hitters came out, the Call of Duties came out, Battlefield just came out.
Yep, and I got it.
Yeah. So before I leave, I'll do this hour drive. I'm gonna download Battlefield and play a little Battlefield tonight.
Yeah, Battlefield's dope. It's nice.
Yeah.
Like I've been playing
Yeah.
multiplayer. I'm enjoying it,
Uh-huh.
and I'm saving
Yeah.
the campaign mode. So when I feel
Yeah.
like playing it, I heard it's about like 3 hours. I think they were saying.
Okay.
Yeah, like the campaign is not really
Yeah.
greatest campaign, but I heard it's dope and the graphics is
Don't.
sick. So
Yeah.
we're gonna enjoy that, honey, because I'm gonna play
Yeah.
that probably later on. If you want to get down, James
Yeah.
Brown,
When
we
I get
shoot it
back.
out. Yeah, when you
Yeah.
get out.
Cause yeah. So see that's what I'm trying to tell. Like so you would have put something out, but what the last holiday they've been putting out? Knack 2. Ain't nobody playing that shit.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
that ain't
You,
that a
you
remaster?
but Knack 2?
Yeah,
I don't know what that shit is.
I think it's a remaster. I don't know if it's
But
a
then you get
remaster or not.
but then you get mad because Microsoft brung out Super Lucky Tales. You know what I'm saying? Come on, Super Lucky Tales. Super Lucky Tales ain't an easy game. You wanted a platform. You got mad at Microsoft brung out a Record. Well, this and this and this and this and that. Where they upgrade? If you bought Record, they gave you the remaster for free. Look at all the backwards compatibility. You know, Game Pass has over 200 games now.
Yes. More
And if you
fans.
ain't got Game Pass, you can get Game Pass right now for $1.
Yep.
$1 can start off Game Pass, and you got access to all those games that you can download. And I don't want to hear about no PlayStation Now. You only can download PlayStation 4 games, and that should have been from the get go.
Yeah.
Mm.
You're
So
right
I'm like,
about that, man. Like PlayStation Now, yeah, they're gonna say, "Oh, it got," but it's been out longer than Game Pass. You know what I mean? Like people fail to
But they
realize.
said Game Pass was gonna fail. I remember when Game Pass first was announced, people were saying it was gonna fail. I thought it was a great opportunity because don't everybody pockets ain't that large. You know, this gaming shit, this hobby is expensive as hell.
Hell yeah, this hobby is expensive. Expensive. Yep, you're right. A lot of people can't afford a lot of games,
Mm,
man. They front though.
mm,
They'll be hitting that comment
mm.
section up like this. You know, the game is trash when they never played it or they never got the game.
Because they
Right?
listen to someone else. They listen to someone else instead of this trying. Like shout out to my man Livewire. Like he bought a PlayStation 4. He playing the PlayStation 4 games. You know what I'm saying? But he also giving us his state of opinion. He was looking like any game I play still don't look like Gears of War 4 on the X. It's
Yo,
very
yo, honey, on the comment section, Smooth A1 just put PlayStation Now as shit. Oh shit. Yo,
man,
Smooth
they don't
A1,
give credit.
let us know down in the comments section. How was your experience with that PlayStation Now, brother?
Mm,
Yeah, man. Yeah, honey, man. Like, I feel like Microsoft, you know, they're gonna have a nice E3. Like, I feel like they don't need to go crazy. You understand? Because I want to actually talk about XO2 100. I just want to,
mhm.
I know I'm jumping from here to there, but I just want to say my input on XO. You know, I've seen a lot of people saying that XO is trash, but XO wasn't meant to be showing these new games when these developers just got hired, what, 6 months ago? Like they supposed to pull a game out their ass. And plus a lot of these developers got games that are coming out for both consoles, meaning multi-plats. Like, how are they gonna show you games that they're making future proof? You understand what I'm trying to say? Like you gotta give them time to make these games. Like, why is everybody holding Microsoft like to this high standards on they need to show these games when PlayStation in 2019 ain't going to show shit? Why they can't go show their new games? Think about that.
Man, the XO, I made a video way before a lot of I said keep your expectations down. Microsoft already told you what they were going to show. They was going off these leaks. See, that's why I don't like people that want to sit there and talk about these rumors and these leaks because the the interweb will run with it. You know what I'm saying? I had my expectations, you know what I'm saying, apart. I said, if I'm surprised if they show this, so, yeah, every show going to have a little boring part to it. That's a way then to get themselves together. But, you know, you coming out, you show a crackdown. They could play it about, that didn't look like, what? What other game doing that?
No
On
other
either
game.
system. Platinum. No other game doing that. That's 100% destructibility.
Yep.
Well, if they promised us, you don't know what they mean promise you shit.
You know what's
You
crazy?
want to make that promise.
Yo, 100. A lot of them PC dudes, and they know who they are. I don't give a fuck. They need to hold that L. And a lot of fake Xbox dudes, that are really PlayStation dudes, need to hold that L. Because they was the ones talking about, oh, it doesn't exist, the cloud doesn't exist, that game ain't, they, when you see everything getting destroyed, they ain't got shit to say. But now they saying, oh, it should have been a bigger map. It should have been this and that. Get the fuck out of here, man. Hold that L, shut the fuck up. Because they said that for a long time that it did exist, and now that they show it, they want to try to damage control that, but there's nothing on PlayStation that can do that shit. Not Killzone, not Nathan Drake with his little chest hairs moving in the wind, not, Last of Us where two little girls are kissing or whatever you want to do. They shooting at the same one zombie or two or three. You know what I mean? Like, it's Bloodborne, none of that. They ain't doing none of that. We got a game that can do that. Ori and the Blind Forest. It's a dope, double A game. But there's no indie out there that they had, because remember, they was pushing like thousands of indies on that console. They used to say they had the most games. But there's no indie game that's really fucking with Ori. Now, when you go to Cuphead, there's no game on PlayStation that's really like a double A, but these are our exclusives. They look like a cartoon, a back in the day cartoon when you are playing with a controller. Nothing on their consoles doing that. Then we got our own fighter named Killer Instinct. They paid, for Street Fighter, which who's to say another Street Fighter come out, it's not going to be multi-plat. You understand what I'm trying to say? Microsoft has their own fighter. Sony don't. But though they hold, a lot of games, Microsoft, like new IPs, Microsoft owns those. Sony pays for their new IPs. You get it? Like, Microsoft owned these, though.
Yeah, but see, they don't understand that. You know what I'm saying? I was just playing Quantum Break again. Because I got my TV tuned up. I said, damn, this game. And I hope, Microsoft buy the studio and have them just make a part 2 to this. I even looked at when they have the TV part. People complained about the TV part. To me, that was done excellent in the quality of it, how it was done. It was done in a professional manner. Some of that shit look better than shit that be looking on the Sci-Fi channel. Shit look some shit that better on the CW. Like Flash, that shit was like, this shit is up there. Like Microsoft paid some money. Well, for Quantum Break. Quantum Break. They paid some. That was crazy right there. But nobody wants to the game and have it didn't have no multiplayer.
Why everything got to be multiplayer?
Multiplayer, yeah.
Look at Sony. Sony ain't got really multiplayer on their shits.
But they don't get they ain't said nothing about that. See, like I say, they like to move the goalposts back and forth how they want to do it. It ain't right. Like they say, as a gamer, you should sit there and say, yeah, you're right about that. But they don't want to do that.
Who wouldn't want to play God of War with his son, or maybe the female character, and I'm running around attacking together on co-op, or do something with multiplayer? Who wouldn't want to do that? But no, once you finish the game, that's it. Unless you're going for them trophies and trying to go back into it, but once that's over, that's it for that game. It gets put to the side, or we might just go and get it for this Black Friday or something cheaper in GameStop, bro. Because when you look at PlayStation side compared to Xbox side, you see a lot of their top exclusives more than Xbox side. Bow, you'll see a lot of them since you like, damn. You thinking like people actually said Halo wasn't selling, but Halo was, I think, the top 7 in the top 10 games.
Halo sold. People think about it. Check this out. Who's still playing The Last of Us? Nobody. Who's still playing Horizon Zero Dawn?
Nobody.
Nobody playing God of War. Who playing Spider-Man? They might be playing because some DLC came out that I heard a lot of people say they might don't like. They didn't like this girl character that make you do something that they charging you for. Well, Microsoft didn't charge you for no DLC. Halo didn't get charged for no DLC. They charged you for skins. No boots, no nothing. And with the part of their money they was using it, they put in their Halo tournaments.
Yep.
So what game that Sony owns that has tournaments? I don't want to hear talking about I'm talking about hosted from Sony, not hosted by MLG. I'm talking about hosted from Sony. What game? Microsoft got Gears of War has its own tournament. Forza has its own tournament.
Ooh. Halo has
its own tournament.
like these are big, and they play for big money. But I think I know what game they might say. Uncharted, Last of Us, No,
they talking about. They'll say MLG. No, we talking about that Sony hosts theirself. That they hire other people. Like this is there. It's on the PlayStation channel. Now, don't use Street Fighter because that don't count. That's owned by Capcom.
Exactly. See, they get it twisted. Oh, we got Street Fighter.
No.
The funny thing is
Killer Instinct has it. Killer Instinct was at Evo, but it wasn't on the main stage.
There you go, but it's still at Evo.
It was still at Evo. And they have their own tournaments. People still ripping Killer Instinct. Playing the shit out of it.
Hell yeah.
They don't want to tell you that.
It's because these guys are just so hyped. Like, see, the thing that makes me laugh on it is that we've been here since the beginning. So when you get these new jokers talking about y'all have no games and y'all was dry, and I'm like, damn, these guys must be new if they don't know that they was dry for a couple of years, 3 years in, before they got their first Uncharted, when Nathan Drake's chest hair was moving. They fair to realize that one, because they had a lot of remasters in the beginning, and that's what kills me about this. They talk about E3. All these dudes was talking about, let's bring this back to E3. All the E3s was dope, no matter what, on PlayStation side. When they was playing, remember PlayStation? They had the guy playing the orchestra for like 2-3 years. I guess we ain't gonna see that motherfucker up there. They had a dude begging on stage.
Begging. Yeah. Where that game at?
That game.
Where that game at?
That game still ain't here. Oh, they waiting on a game called Dreams. Didn't we see that motherfucker like in 2014, honey?
Man,
I think was it 2014?
Man, you gonna have to be on crystal. You gonna have to do crystal meth to understand that game. And, Peter Morton doing it. Peter Morton when we even had him at Xbox when he was part of Lionhead, he promised us a whole lot of shit. Even with the first Fables, we didn't get everything he said he was gonna give us. What he gave us was good, but it wasn't. It wasn't like, oh, when you could do this in Fable and all. He was showing us all this stuff, and then Fable was good, but it was like what you said we can do ain't what you can do. It's like he good for smoke and mirrors. Look who you put on the stage when the Kinect first came out. We thought we could talk to that kid.
Yeah.
She was smoke and mirrors.
But I ain't gonna lie, honey. Mm-hmm. I did like the Kinect though.
I love the Kinect. Finna get my Kinect back for my son. Yeah, I missed that.
Yeah, I missed
that. So I can start making more videos off of it.
Yeah, honey, you know what was dope too? Not only with that, you can watch your sports while you playing the game. And also, our Kinect was running 1080p, and theirs is running like 720p, I think.
Yeah, that Kinect was HD. Like that Kinect was better than a lot of cameras that you can buy now. That Kinect is worth it. It had the no, I'm saying people get mad about Microsoft needs to update upload studios and stuff like that. I understand that, but think about it, the shit is for free. It's FREE, it's for free. I can't complain about something that's for free.
Yeah.
They complain about, both sides complain about it. About, the games that they give us for free every month. It's for free. You have the option to download it or not. They actually don't have to give you shit. To tell you the truth. You're paying for multiplayer. Microsoft don't have to give you nothing. They doing it. Like I say, they glad I ain't fail. They glad I ain't up there. Because I would tell a lot of you guys to go straight. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can go burn. I don't care. And then my thing is too, Ghost, why their people don't talk? You see Aaron Greenberg. I think Cody Eastwood made made something that was showing all the studios, and I guess he was talking about it.
Yeah.
And Aaron shot him out yesterday. You know what I'm saying? Like this morning, I get on Twitter when I get up. I see Phil. Happy Thanksgiving for everybody that's celebrated. Damn, do you see Yoshida do it?
Nope.
You see, you know what I'm saying? Anybody from Sony doing that? They don't. You have nothing. Nobody's talking about it.
You're right.
They don't interact with their but they want your money. I'm not giving nobody my money if they don't interact with me like that. You pray you Sony can't miss.
They can't. And this been like this since the beginning of the generation. You know, you would think like, damn, is the bias gonna stop? Look at this. They not even showing up 2019. You got people damage controlling already for them. Big time. Like they don't need it. And this is crazy because if not, at least show your new games coming in for your PlayStation 5. Because why is everybody so hype on Microsoft showing these games when we got a lineup for 2019 that they told us about? You know,
And you don't know what else.
and
See,
yeah, exactly. You're right.
everybody try to force their hand. See, this is something that I like with, you know, saying Microsoft. You don't force their hand. They know they got Phil know how to play poker. When you play poker, you know what I'm saying, you can have a bum hand and win the hand. You know what I'm saying? If you got some too. My thing is, why no presents at all? That's my whole
Exactly.
thing. Nintendo does Nintendo Direct, but they have a presence at E3. They have something. You can play the new Mario Kart or Smash Brothers or something that they have new. They have a presence there. You're talking about you're not showing up, period. Something going on over there at Sony Land.
Yep. And the thing is this, they even had dudes talking about they trying to think past the games that are coming. And I'm like, wait, hold on. If your own company ain't talking about these games or showing these games, how the fuck do you come up with a list of that? You understand what I'm trying to say? Like, why are they reaching so much? Your company's the one that tells you what games are coming out. People reaching, oh, they got like 200 some games on the way. Get the fuck out of here. Those games will be shown. Like, stop the bullshit, man. Like, yo, shout outs to, I ain't gonna lie. One thing I like about Zaire, what he said was, take that knife out of the biggest, get the biggest knife out of the drawer and cut the bullshit out. Because yo, a lot of this shit going on nowadays in this YouTube streets, and people talking with their opinions is fucking malarkey and bullshit, dog. Like, it's crazy. Like, stop with the bullshit. Be a man enough. Like, yo, hold Sony accountable for this shit. Complain why they not showing up. Like, this is crazy because anything that Microsoft do, everybody hitting them up on Twitter. Oh, you ain't got no games. You ain't got this. But right now, for your YouTubers out there that's Xbox strong, y'all need to be like, these motherfuckers are sparse again. Because a couple of years ago, Yoshida himself said it, yeah, we sparse on our exclusive titles. But I can't believe this, that they hold it Sony so high and praise them that everybody forgets that we still in the same generation. How can you not how can you not remember the beginning and only talk about the end? It's the same generation. From the beginning to the end, everything counts, bro. That's what I don't understand.
No, I had a dude in my comment section I read this morning. He said we don't need to come to E3 because we already won.
Well,
Won what?
exactly.
Because I'm gonna put this way. Microsoft don't give a fuck about our console war. They
Exactly.
don't. They worrying about how they made 10 billion
Yes.
billions of dollars in a quarter. Forgot the number, so I'm just gonna say billions of dollars in a quarter.
They pulling more money than Sony, period, bro. You don't hear when they saying that the top 5 big companies in the world, Sony's not even up there.
No,
They're not.
Microsoft actually just took over in North America. Microsoft just took over the number one spot again from Amazon,
Shoo.
and that's a big and
That's the
they
biggest
took it
one,
over.
right?
Yeah, and them big boys because it was like I say, I look at stuff and the stock market. Everybody think I'm just a crazy drunken. I know a whole lot of stuff. So what I look at when you go look at stocks and bonds, Microsoft just bought like two companies last week. Not This is Microsoft. They bought two companies to help them with AI and working with Cortana and stuff like that.
See, Microsoft's thinking for the future. Microsoft right now, see, this is what I'm saying. Everybody hating on Microsoft, but I'm saying Microsoft is smart. They're getting all these developers and buying all these assets and making the Xbox division strong. Meaning they're not playing for next generation. They're gonna have a ton of games. They're gonna have live. They trying to get that mix up there really crazy. They got how you say it they got they rolling with EA access. They rolling with this shit for $1. You know what I mean? They got a lot of things that they doing that Sony ain't really making moves like that. You ain't hearing Sony acquiring no studios. And think about it. For this generation, if they was making games like God of War, and it took them like 5 years. If they making another sequel to God of War, that's another 5 years or a little more. You understand what I'm trying to say? Now look at this on games that they're making. Are they going to remaster games again and have these fuck boys on this PlayStation hype shit talking about we got games? They got a God of War remaster and it's in 4K 60. Oh yeah, we got God of War. Oh, we got The Last of Us 2. Are they gonna run the same bullshit like they did in the beginning of this generation? Because I don't want to hear that. I want to see nothing but new games. You understand? Because Microsoft bringing new games, and it is what it is. We all gonna see a Gears of War, a Halo, a Forza. They're gonna see a Last of Us. They're gonna see a God of War, and they might see a Uncharted because that's their biggest franchises to me. That's what PlayStation really go for, those big titles. That's known for their console. Yeah, I ain't talking about the PlayStation 1, the PlayStation 2, that PlayStation had a lot of big games. But their main games right now and all that, it's really like Last of Us, Uncharted. You understand? Like, now they got a game that just sold by Guerrilla Games really good. That was Horizon Zero Dawn. But mainly their big three is like our big three. You understand? So it's like, I'm gonna be prepared for that coming next generation but if they remaster The Last of Us 2 on the PlayStation 5, like, come on.
I mean, you ain't got nothing to show.
Yeah, you ain't got nothing to show, dog. Y'all been sparse. Because this is what's happening right now. I feel like they sparse. And if they don't show nothing and they trying to live off of multi-plats again, like, at least give me a fucking indie game or something. Like, I don't want to hear that shit because you're going to get free Japanese games. Oh, yeah, and I forgot. All that shit you're talking about, multi-plats, you're going to live with that? Well, we got the better version. So the shoe's on the other foot. So you're getting that second, you're like, look, y'all had Red Dead Redemption, and y'all had the godly of having the DLC. I think they get it first, 100. They get the things first, but it looks better on our console. You understand? So it runs better on ours. So at the end of the day, now this coming up, exclusivity on certain things. We might have it going 2019, and I feel like Phil Spencer and them took the hit early in the generation because we know they. Donnie Matrick fucked up. They had to recuperate. Everybody was still going crazy on Xbox. It's still going at them. Some people like Digital Foundry letting up. They smoking Sony now. They keeping it real. IGN, keeping it a little funky once in a while. They give Microsoft props. But I can't wait till the shoe really turns and all they're going to have is sales because, honey, I'm telling you, when they go to this PlayStation 5, the hype is still going to be there. And we're going to have everything, bro. Watch how we get the new games. More power. And they still going to come up with this bullshit. Watch. I'm calling it. Your boy go say.
Yeah. But see, they ain't giving. See, a lot of people don't understand this, too. Like, I read a couple of articles when I was in the office the other day. And Microsoft just got a guy from Insomniac to work at Initiative. And he gave a reason. I guess, I don't know, he talked to Polygon or something. And he said, one reason I'm going to the Initiative because Microsoft has let us do what the hell we want to do. They're not stepping in the way. They might come over to see what's going on. What's the new I think NX Exile or something? Exile that they just bought. The dude was planning to retire. When Microsoft acquired him from an undisclosed amount of money, he said, hell with that. My budget is big and I can give you guys bigger games. Yeah. When they bought the people that made with the girl going craft, forgot them right now. It's still early for me. They came up. Microsoft is giving us our creative freedom. I remember hearing Red Dragon and them. People don't want to do that because Microsoft don't give creative freedom. Yes, they do. 343 got creative freedom.
They do.
Uh, you saw people Forza. The coalition had
They got,
created freedom.
yes, they do.
You
They
don't you
got,
don't see nothing. Nobody going talking like men.
and just to let you know, remember the developers that made Mad Max? Microsoft could have locked that down, but they let them have it. And when they let them go, they put that shit Mad Max on PlayStation, something like that, right? The little boy, the I forgot the name of that.
Oh Max. Oh Max and
Max,
the
yeah,
curse of the
that's
Brotherhood.
yeah,
Yeah.
my fault, not Mad Max. Thank
Uh,
you for correcting me.
uh,
Max and the Curse of the Brotherhood. Look at that. Microsoft helped them with that. Could have kept it, but gave it to them and let them go.
yeah.
And they put it on
Yeah.
PlayStation.
Yeah.
Microsoft's not all that
Uh-huh.
evil how they try to say and all this. That's what I love about this
Uh-uh.
company. They tried to bring us the new IPs. It just didn't sell well.
Uh-huh.
But they actually own these IPs. You understand? Like, look,
Uh-huh.
Sunset Overdrive. These guys, what's their name?
Asamiak.
Insomniac wanted to make a game, always wanted to make a game that they love or whatever. And they let them do it. And they let them keep it. You understand what I'm trying to say? Like, they didn't hold it like try to
They
debone
ain't
it.
holding them. They're not holding them hostage.
Exactly.
They're not holding them hostage. And people don't understand that. Microsoft ain't trying to hold. And then I don't want to hear either. As far as y'all, Microsoft, what they see, I love what Microsoft did because people always say Microsoft don't do good marketing and all this, all that. PUBG coming over to finally the PlayStation. So it's on Game Pass. See how Microsoft countered it? Like, okay, you can let it go. But we don't. If you got Game Pass, you can play it. And I want to see how it plays on PlayStation because it don't play perfectly even on the X. It don't play perfectly on the high end PC
Yeah.
yet.
PUBG, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, my one of my friends, and I know I had a family member was like, yo, PUBG, yo, it's beta testing for it, and PUBG is gonna be better on ours when we get it. And I'm like, no, it's not. Because if it was glitchy as fuck when I was playing it on the X, and it's on PC and it still was messing up, what makes sure that a lower end console like that compared to our X is gonna be
Yeah.
holding up them frame
Yeah.
rates and all that?
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? So I'm like, yo, they're gonna get it, but we already played it and we already tired of the game. You understand? That's just like when we got the
Yeah.
exclusive of Tomb Raider. Like we balled out. We showed the ending. A lot of us beat it. We blew it up. The spoilers and all that. Like, who cares? And anyway, like what? They're gonna get a Joker. They're gonna get a Harley Quinn for like 40 something dollars,
Who?
which they're getting raped for that. I think. What?
Who
They,
getting that?
I think.
Both systems getting it.
Oh, they
It
trying to
is
rape.
custom. Both systems getting
They
it.
they trying to rape us because I wouldn't buy that.
Yeah. I said that. I said no. I didn't know. Yeah. This is well, Harley Quinn costs more than the Joker. But if you put it all together, because they battle points, but you can't. You got to buy these gold points just to get them. But I understand a small company like that, because they got the rights to use these characters. The characters cost.
Yep.
They cost. So I can feel them as a business wise, yeah. But otherwise, no. Jensen, I don't know what's going on with your blue hole with that. You could have kept Harley Quinn. You
Yeah.
could have got another character. You could have brung another character out, a character skin out. Now,
Dead
if the
shot,
character skin look
like that.
good,
That would have been dope.
yeah, you could have brung a bunch of. You could have made one for each system.
Yep. Exclusively. That would have
Well,
been dope.
uh-huh.
Yeah, you right on that. You hit the nail in the coffin with that one. Certain ones like that dead shot for the X, you
Well,
know what I mean? And you know what would have been fire? And this is why I'm saying Microsoft, another thing for the future and everything, they trying to really lock down crossplay. You understand? And that would have been dope. You playing PUBG and you got Deadshot, and he got a Joker or he got this, and from far away you can see like
well,
different. Have a ball. Because I
well,
ain't gonna lie, what shocked everybody too, and it was that game. The Ninja was playing a lot. Fortnite.
Fortnite. Oh,
What? That game right there has so many cosmetics, all kind of things that you can buy, and just like literally buy it and have fun with the game. You understand? Different characters. Excuse me, guys. I'm a little sick. But at the end of the day, honey, it's like this. That game kind of, I ain't gonna lie. PUBG was buggy for me, and I had a ball with my wife and my cousins playing Fortnite. Man, I can't lie to
well,
you. It was
well,
fun. I wasn't the best building, but I knew how to gun people down, and I used to get at it, and we would win, but then lose. But it was like more
Mm.
fun than when I was playing PUBG. You understand? It was too
Yeah.
laggy. Me and my cousin was like, "Yo, bro, yo." It was like they had a lot of hiccups in it, so that kind of turned us off. And when I got into that, my wife was into it. I had a ball, and now I know why. They had a big gaming events for Fortnite. When you see it, Ninja and all of them was there. The best going at it with each other, and I'm like, wow, like this shit already in the
Yeah.
gaming event.
Yeah, but see, thing about it with Fortnite and PUBG is
Yeah, PUBG is the
PUBG
realest though.
PUBG is
First one.
PUBG is really made from them their indie developer.
Uh huh.
Hmm? It's made from an indie developer. That's what PUBG really made from an indie person. Where you got Epic that makes it, and Epic that made Gears of War.
Woo. You right.
Okay. Oh. Oh. Yeah. So that's the difference. Yeah. So that's the difference.
I'm
With
glad you broke it down.
that's they know how to do stuff. They got money. Where Bluehole was an indie developer, and Microsoft helped them out.
And look, since you said Bluehole, Bluehole made mad money with that game on PC, man. Because that's what it sold like 30 million, I think, on PC before it came to Xbox, something like that.
Yeah.
Woo, that's a lot of money for an indie developer to be making. Hmm.
And so they didn't think they was gonna blow up the way they blew up.
But you think they got a little too cocky and not bringing different things and updating
No, because they was
everything?
because think about it was they don't have the, how can I say, the expertise
Hmm.
like the other ones. Just like even with Call of Duty, they have the same mode, but they don't. But thing about it was what EA has, what the expert. I mean, they have what's called them have the expertise. They didn't code it for these consoles before.
Yeah.
They didn't did that before.
Shit.
Yeah, so that's like the difference between,
Well,
you know what
both
I'm
of
saying, the
them,
difference
right?
between that. Yeah, like I say,
Okay, I respect
they've
that.
been there.
You open my eyes up to that.
Mm.
Yeah. So yeah, definitely the
So
game's
I said
gonna
you
be
got to give them a chance. Like let them bring out another game. Let them bring out something else. They just started.
yeah. No, they should have something up their sleeve, And what about this, Hunter? Before we get out of here,
Hmm.
right? I know it's Thanksgiving and stuff. My wife,
Hmm.
she in the kitchen
Oh,
doing her dang, my brother. Your boy Ghost
oh,
can't wait to
goodness.
eat. But anyway, what you think about? See, a lot of these guys was asking, and they didn't listen to Matt Booty when he was like, because they so-called claimed the XO show was trash, but they touched up on a lot of things. You understand? They touched up for the casuals and the hardcore. But one thing they failed to realize is when Matt Booty was like, they're gonna show games real soon. And plus, they did have mentioned something about Ninja Theory having two games, my brother.
Yeah.
A lot of people fail to realize that. They just want it fast, fast, fast. But if Ninja Theory got two games, man, what do you think those games are gonna be, Hunter? Let's just take a guess, my brother.
Uh,
Woo!
you don't know. You might be a fast-paced, action-based. You know what I'm saying? Third person.
Mm,
Ninja game.
that'd be sick. That'd be sick. We need a ninja game, man. We haven't had one in a while, like a dope ninja game, like that'll blow your mind. I'm not talking about Ninja Gaiden or nothing like that, but something different. You
uh,
understand?
yes. I think it'd be new from them,
That's what I'm
but
saying. Yeah.
they've been hiring like crazy. And a lot of people don't understand this too. Most of these companies that Microsoft acquired are in process of building them new studios, or they have it. Thing about it is, what remember Microsoft gets, because Microsoft had to go to other places to get Microsoft had to go to other places. Well, sorry, Microsoft had to go to other places to do
Yeah.
caption. Now Ninja Theory know how to do it. You can see it. You can see that with what the other game that came out. You can see they can do motion cap. So Microsoft can use their people and their technology and stay in house. See, Sony gets multi capture and it looks a little bit better than a lot of them because what they got Sony movie studios. They already got professionals that do most capture.
Yeah,
Now Microsoft has a company that does it too, and it's in house.
that's
People
cool.
don't understand what Blur. When you go to Blur Studios, that's why Halo Wars 2 didn't. Microsoft knew what Halo Wars 2 was going to sell. They knew the projections about it. But people got to understand this too about what Halo Wars 2. It had less cutscenes than Halo Wars 1. Because why? It costs $1 million a cutscene, even
That's
though the
not.
cutscene looked beautiful.
Yeah,
But
that's
see,
not.
now Microsoft don't have to give Blur all that money anymore. That's how I hope. That's who I hope Microsoft try to acquire. But I don't know if they want to be acquired. Blur Studios do great work. When you see Halo 5, you see the cutscenes. That's all Blur.
Yeah.
But that's what they're doing there. They're putting in,
Ain't that an
Microsoft is putting
RTS?
in work.
Ain't
Huh?
that an RTS? Something like that?
What? Yeah, Halo Wars 2 was a RTS,
It's an
but the
RTS.
cutscene, yeah, it's RTS.
They don't have none on PlayStation to do that, right?
No, and no. And matter
Woo.
of fact, too, those folks get out of here. How many of these damn PC games is coming to Xbox?
Woo. I'm
I just
glad you
finished
brought that
a
up.
couple of weeks ago playing Black Desert. Like this. Well, it's an old game. It don't matter. It's coming to Xbox. Got people saying Xbox games are going to PC. PC games coming to Xbox.
They got
And
Black
why
Desert
now?
on PlayStation?
No, they ain't got no. It's supposed to be coming to her, but it's coming on Xbox first.
Mm. So this is the thing. This is my honest opinion on this. When they acquired Razer, remember the people that's gonna make the mouse and keyboards for the X?
Yeah.
They're not getting that what Microsoft is doing is this.
Right.
The biggest PC games kind of out there. Prepare yourselves, your ponies and whatever. A lot of people out there for a lot of PC games to come on Xbox because they probably gonna get a lot of PC dudes to probably want to buy an Xbox. You ever thought about that? That's why they're getting the mouse and keyboard because instead of people going to buy a rig, if you got a high end rig, maybe you want to get a console because a lot of PC dudes sometimes they do buy consoles. You understand? And this is something where if I'm playing World of Warcraft, I could just get it on my Xbox and I got a mouse and keyboard and I could continue playing it on Xbox. You ever thought about that?
But people don't understand this. Like, okay, Sunset Overdrive came out on PC, right?
Fan base over there too that Microsoft's
Yeah.
probably trying to reach out to probably cop Xbox Ones, a bigger fan base on PC too. So they doing man, they just working both because they are PC too. You understand? So they
Well,
working
they've
with
been
both.
in the PC market before. This ain't the first time Microsoft
But
is jumping in the PC. You had simulators. Microsoft was in there, and Microsoft don't want to take all of the other pie from Steam. They represent. They know that Steam came out and had a great business model
Yeah.
with it. But you know what? You don't need all the pie. Can I get like 50? Can I get about 5% of the pie? That's more money for me.
Yep. That's what matters the most. And I feel that what they doing is they are acquiring PC assets to bring to Xbox. And I know a lot of Xbox gamers out there they love their console. But though you're gonna have some people that maybe can't afford a PC and they don't know how to tell their friends that or whatever, and they like the mouse and keyboard and they're gonna enjoy it. You don't have to play. They already said you don't have to play with a guy with a mouse and keyboard. They nipped that in the butt, so there shouldn't be no hate out there talking about, oh, I'm gaming with them. You understand?
Happy Thanksgiving, fellas.
Happy
What's
Thanksgiving.
up with you? What's up to you, bot?
Just here, trying to get some last minute things done for the feast, for the festive feast.
Yeah,
know?
my brother.
Yeah. So, but people don't want to understand.
Yeah,
What you guys talking about? I joined the party late, obviously.
yeah, we was about to head out, but before we head out, I'm gonna let you know like this, Ebot. What you think about? I'm gonna break it down to you, and you give me your input on all of these, because me and Hunter said our piece, and for our viewers out there that's watching right now, what you think about PlayStation not showing up to 2019's E3? Also, what you think about 100 brought it up actually with the riser the PC assets with that.
Mm-hmm.
And what else, 100?
Oh yeah, we were talking about uh, you know, why people saying EXO's trash.
EXO was trash too.
No,
Hey,
oh,
touch
okay.
upon those three topics. Since the dance floor right now is yours, because me and Honey already said our piece.
Well, I mean, I talked about these subjects on my podcast that I'm doing now on Mixer. We got next. I talked about on episode 2. So I mean, what I basically brushed up on what I was saying. Well, first of all, EXO, I did a video on that as well. EXO it was a show that been around hadn't been around for like 12 years, something like that, since the OG Xbox, I believe, or I think the last one was during the 360 era. Not 12. It's probably like 8, maybe 10 years, something like that. It's been a while. I know that the last one they did showed some like really big announcements, like Halo 3, Crackdown. They were showing that Crackdown, that Halo 3 was gonna have. That Crackdown one was gonna have a demo for Halo 3, and stuff like that. Like, and they that's where they announced acquisitions of different studios. The first one being, I think, was Rare, because Phil even brushed up on it. And again, this is just the growing pains. It's the beginning of the show being brought back and trying to be revamped. Um, and the first thing I said in my video, like I told people, it's a fan made event for the fans. And if you saw the fans out there in Mexico, shout outs to them, they were so passionate. Okay, even if people think that they might have been scripted or not, they were still showing the passion and love that a lot of us around the world, and especially here in the States, we kind of forgot about. We kind of don't show that enthusiasm anymore. Like we just, because we get everything served to us so easily in front of us, in a plate, without having to really do much work for it, that we don't, we just act like we're ungrateful, to be honest.
Yeah.
And the differences with their fans over there, they said it very clearly when the interview Phil. We don't really get these type of things here in Mexico, and events that we can gather together and talk about games. So I really think that it was genuine, even though they might have had a little sign in the back that said applaud or cheer or quiet. That's just to keep the tone of the crowd at bay, so they don't be too loud when the people are talking. That's there to moderate the crowd, basically.
Well,
But it doesn't take away.
Hiba, I don't mean to
Yeah,
cut you off, but
yeah.
a couple of E3s, Sony had people clapping and forcing people to clap and all that.
Well, it comes with
Yeah,
the territory. That's just to
exactly.
moderate the crowd, the noise.
And that's
So
E3.
right, and that's in any
Huh?
event. It's any
Well,
event.
okay. When we went to the press conference this year,
Yeah,
they didn't do it, but we know when to be quiet. Like they
right,
know because you've been there. They
right,
don't have to tell. So you can go woo, and you'll see when that person walks out, or the way they'll keep us quiet. They'll show another clip of a game or something,
right.
or
Well,
they'll enter, or
as
somebody
the
will say
audience.
introduce. Yeah, at an audience. See, think about it. That was a free for all audience. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
you have to moderate that. But when you
Yeah,
got
yeah, yeah.
a group of people that's part of the media that doing it, when
Plus,
and
you
that,
gotta understand, 200. Remember, it's not only that they're free falling; it's the language barrier, because not
yeah,
everybody speaks English.
no,
So they
Yep.
have to have that moderation because they're not used to it. They said it themselves. We never have these things. So for them, it's new. So obviously they have to do these things to get to the point. So I can get to the other points. It was very well done. They executed a lot of things. They announced a lot of upcoming DLCs for all the games that came out this year that are going to be free. They announced, I think, was 16 new games on Game Pass. Heavy hitters like PUBG, Hellblade, Ages of Mayhem, and even new games like that one called the Juggernaut Bastards by the people who did Bioshock. That's going to premiere on Game Pass, which is good because that means people are trying to get in the program and are willing to give it a chance because more people get to play it with this type of program. So they also said, I had a nice little Square Enix segment with the creator and I think executive producer talking about all the Final Fantasies coming to Xbox after all these years, and they're excited. Yeah, I know people were expecting Kingdom Hearts the collection, but I really think that's coming down the road. I think it's still a work in progress because they probably have some type of clauses and deals with Disney and Sony, like in a contract, since it's always been on their platform, where it's probably still hasn't expired, so they're not allowed to do it yet, and because they have the Disney properties in there as well. Remember, so I think it will come eventually because it's important, it's needed, especially that Kingdom Hearts 3 is coming. Um, and then they talked about the remasters, right? Enhanced, which we didn't even know they were enhanced. They also talked about 17 compatible games with mouse and keyboard. They announced that mouse and keyboard is finally coming. Gave a date. Then they also talked about, you know, the new studios that they were acquiring at the very tail end of the show, and you saw Matt Booty for the first time addressing the audience, and he was very, very cool about it. He was very excited, and you saw that he was happy to be there and excited to be there. And they acquired the two studios, and then also they had Chris Charla talking about the possibility, well, not possibility, it is coming back, Winter of Games, which is basically summer of games, of arcade games that they're trying to bring back. So I think they're probably going to do it now by seasons. They're going to do probably summer, winter, fall, and spring, which would be dope. And he also said we got two long-awaited titles that have been expected for a very long time that we will announce and give more information and details during the game show that's coming up.
Yeah.
Which is on December 5th. So with him saying that, we can only believe that it's Below and Ashen, because those are the only two that they've been talking about for the longest that haven't been released yet. Which would be great, because that means we got two more titles right before the end of the year that are exclusive to Xbox consoles and exclusive to the Game Pass, wherever you can access it, you know? So I think the show served its purpose. I think it was great. It's the beginning and first show. And it's going to move from town to town. So next year is exciting to see where they're going to take it. And I guarantee you, I'm almost certain, 100%, that the show's going to get bigger and bigger with announcements. Like it's going to be more like a sub E3. Not an E3, but a sub E3. You know what I mean? Because that's how the original ones was. But when they were out, social media wasn't big at the time. So we never heard about it. We never knew about it. You had to read about it in the magazines and articles. That's why we didn't really get knew anything about these events. But now with social media being out, it's a given. You know, it's gonna be a great way to promote it, a great way to advertise it. So yeah, that's my thoughts on what happened down in XO. I think XO served its purpose. It was a solid 7 or 6.5. Wasn't the greatest show, but it got the point across, and it served its purpose to the fans.
I mean,
go ahead.
Yeah, all right, Heba. I tell you,
go ahead.
They showed at the PXX really last year and the following years the same games that they always showed. Like,
well, that's a great point that you're bringing up.
No,
that's a great point, because in every PSX, if you remember clearly, they showed little games that they either showed previously. If they showed something new, it was little indie games. And then when they showed the big game, which was Uncharted, they showed a trailer that had that trying to say, oh, those are the graphics, when they were not the graphics at all. And then the following year, when they showed it playing, it crashed live on air. And people try to downplay, oh, no, it's that the controller turned off. No, it didn't. No. It crashed.
No, that shit crashed.
Okay.
It was on PC, bro.
Right.
It crashed.
So, and here's the bigger kicker about that. No one on PlayStation's side can talk shit about XO. And I mean absolutely no one, because...
Oh, that's what they do. You know that.
And I'll tell you why. I'm going to tell you why right now. The PSX, you pay for it. It's a $90 ticket so that you can go and watch it.
It's more than 90. It's more than 90. If you want to go through all 3 days, it's more than 90.
Right. I'm talking about like in the theaters too. If you want to go to theaters, like $30 to watch it in a theater, you know, that they selected theaters. It's a show you have to pay for, an event you have to pay to watch. XO is absolutely free. They said it's for the fans. absolutely free for FanFest. So there's no comparison. The fact that it's charging you, that's it. It kills any type of
Yeah.
um, criticism is taken away because you paying for it. XO is free.
Mm-mm.
You know.
Yeah. Even with FanFest, right?
Hmm.
Microsoft do FanFest. They up the ante every year with FanFest. Now I
Right.
know a couple people that get FanFest every year. You know what I'm saying? Um, and Microsoft treat them like royalty. You know what I'm saying? They get up like this year. They got up. Now I could have got it, but then I was like, I ain't getting up there. If they had to get up at 8 o'clock in the morning, Microsoft fed them
Right.
everything. Then Microsoft sit there. They was all in the front seat. That's if you watch the conference. Them were all FanFest members.
Right.
They're right there. Uh, After we left, they had FanFest. They had it cut all the games on. Every game that you saw that was playable, they got to play it first. They got fed again. But you know what I'm saying? Microsoft is giving you some. You don't see Sony doing that.
Right.
You see
Whatever they
Sony
do.
taking their fans.
Yeah.
You know, we know personally Microsoft took over a friend that we know. You know what I'm saying? And took care of him and came to E3 a couple of years ago.
Yeah. Yeah. That's right. That's
I don't
right.
see Sony. I don't see Sony doing that.
And we're not going to mention his name for his
Yeah,
privacy, just because of his
yeah,
privacy. But we know who it is. We know who you're talking
yeah.
about.
Microsoft doing. Microsoft is did that, but Microsoft ain't looking for no pre. They doing it because they care. Um, what's my man Xbox Addict? You know, he was there a couple of years ago.
That's right.
I remember I didn't know that he was in a wheelchair until that time because we was going into a special event that Microsoft was throwing. And I remember a person was talking to Craig Duncan. And Craig Duncan, this was Sea of Thieves, is all this and other stuff. And I remember them saying, "Don't worry about it. We don't care if we get somebody got to carry them up the stairs. We
Right.
gonna make sure this and that." That, but see, thing about it is, we're not sitting there saying, "Oh, Microsoft is this evil company," but Microsoft is doing these type of things backdoor, and they not looking for no praise to do it. They doing it out the kindness of their heart. They don't have to do it. Sony and Nintendo ain't doing it.
Right. Well, most of the time they hold their events, especially with Sony. They charge. So that's why I said
Hmm.
any room for criticism, that alone completely detracts away from it completely. So you said the other topic that we're talking about was about what was it again?
Why Sony ain't going to E3?
And
And it was a
what
big
else?
thing.
And what was the other
Uh,
one?
I think you get 2-on-1.
It was with the mouse and keyboard.
Uh,
Oh, okay.
How they
Yeah,
brought
the
that.
mouse and keyboard finally coming. All right, and they already clarified that you're gonna have the option to pick if you want to play with people on PC or with mouse and keyboard or not. So that takes away and alleviates the worries of people saying, "Oh, but I don't want to have a disadvantage." There you go. They gave you your answer. So that was also a nice clarification right before the announcement of the release. And then as far as E3, I keep telling people that E3 is something that's very expensive, and many times it has been said it's very expensive venue. But E3 is the mecca of video games. It's the Super Bowl of video games. It's the most important event for video games as a whole. It's what gave the exposure to all the companies and made video game a worldwide cultural thing. Okay? And not only did we not have access to it in the past, just publicly, it was just the developers, but we didn't get to see it until we saw it in magazines 3 or 4 months later in solicitations, right? Now we can watch it via streams, Twitter, Twitch and Mixer, for example, right? YouTube, and also on the go on our phones. And also, if we have the money, we can fly out and be there like Mr. 100 did last year with the guys, and they enjoyed themselves, and they were treated very cordially and respectfully like fans. And for anybody to downplay that says Sony not going to E3 is because they don't need to or because they're bigger than E3, you need to really, really reevaluate your fucking gaming love. Because anybody that's a real gamer knows that this is an important event. We need this. Because if this goes away, slowly but surely, we're not going to have a lot of venues left because we lost the arcades as well when we were younger. And it took a long time to build this empire and this gaming industry to be respected and looked at as a place where artists and people that are, writers and actors to gather together and create art through an interactive game, right? Which was looked at as a joke for many years, as something bad, as a waste of time, as something evil. And you can't do that with religious fascists, right? So now that it's bigger than even movies, it's the biggest entertainment in the world. Just because it's there doesn't mean it can't go away. We have to want for it to continue. Because
Yeah.
when Microsoft does a show, when Nintendo does a show, or when Sony does a show separately, it's just concentrating on those companies, right? On Nintendo or Sony or Xbox, Microsoft, right? But when E3 is around, it's celebrating the entire gaming industry. Everything. The independent side, the developer side, the behind the scenes, the people making the music, that create the scores, the people that do the acting, voiceover, or whether it's mocap now with the technologies that we have now. It celebrates everything, the retro side, everything that is gaming. Okay? Microsoft by himself can't do a show to cover all that. Neither can Sony, neither can Nintendo. So if you only care about Sony doing a show for themselves and not in E3, is because you really are a corporate slave. You only care about Sony, not gaming in general. Okay? And that's what makes the difference between people like me, Ghost, and 100, and many people. It's an art circle, being real gamers as opposed to casuals or wannabes, because it's the cool thing to do. Okay? So my take is Sony's not going E3 because they're really hurting in the money aspect. They need to concentrate on paying for the R&D for the upcoming PlayStation that they're going to do, whether it's PS5 or the PS Online console, whatever it may be called. Plus, they got 4 big titles that they still have to bring out that are very expensive because they use a lot of techniques that is expensive because they're a movie studio, like Mr. 100 was talking about earlier. Mocap is very expensive. I think it's like $1 million for every 5 minutes when you use it, right? That's how expensive it is for what they talk about in movies. So in games, it's got to be around the same ballpark figure. Okay, so they use a lot of mocapping in their games. They use a lot of high quality actors in their games, voiceovers, and then you know that they go for the straight, only photorealistic look with all their games. So all those graphical techniques that they have to use are very expensive. So in order to finish those games, they have to concentrate and put all their money on those games. The same way to finish them and to pay the people that are working on them. The same way, in order to get the new console out, they got to pay for the R&D, which is super expensive. Look at Microsoft. They paid between the X and the Xbox original over $3 billion in less than 5 years. 3 billion people would it be. So if Sony's putting out those numbers to make PS5, that's the reason why they can't go. So I don't think they're not going because they want to be arrogant or assholes. I just think they don't have a choice. Will they do a smaller event at the end of the year like PSX to show what they got coming for 2020? 100% yes, I do think so. I don't think they're not going to have no more games except what Sean Layden said. Dreams and Days Gone coming from them in-house. Everything else, like, and the medieval remaster, but that's because They have somebody else also publishing the game with them. They're getting help with that. And a remaster is not as expensive as a full blown game right from scratch. So I think that's the reason they don't have nothing to show. So they don't also want to spend money and show the same thing because they know it's going to be bad for them as well. That's another reason it comes into play. So are we excited and hating on them that they're not there? No. We may not like Sony as our preferred platform, but we're gamers at the end of the day. And it's always exciting to see what everybody's bringing to the table.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So them not coming is pretty fucking sad. They've been there 22 years straight or 23, 24 or something like that. So them not coming for the first time is a big deal, and that says a lot that it's not as easy as people may think. So to those who say they're not there because they don't need E3, you're stupid and ignorant, and you're really not a gamer. I'm sorry to say. Now, if you don't care about E3 altogether because you never watch it and it's nothing to you because you don't care about the culture, that's different. Then I understand why you don't care. I'm talking about to the real hardcore gamers or those that so-called claim are hardcore gamers and care about the gaming culture. Those are the ones I'm talking about. Okay? Because I'm not celebrating it. I think it's fucked up. But I also think there's a big reason, and that reason is money. Without money, you can't have a rodeo. Microsoft has unconditional money, so they don't have to worry about it.
Well,
That,
Microsoft has it's like they did it at the Microsoft Theater. No, Microsoft
that
don't own that theater. They just sponsor it. They
yes,
pay to put their name on the building.
that's
It
right.
was the Nokia Center first, and they bought Nokia, and they decided to put Microsoft on it. That is
That's right.
AEG. That's right next to the Staples Center, and the Lakers and the Clippers don't own that. It's AEG that owns that stadium.
That's right.
So a lot of people don't know that. So
So
Staples don't own that. So they just pay
yes.
for the name. But
So for
since they'll get a different since they sponsor it, they'll get a different price
that's
than
right.
anyone else.
That's right.
So did you saw Microsoft change it up? They did it. They was doing it at the Galen Center that was down the street. That's where USC. That's USC. That's where the basketball team play.
That's right. Right.
I heard they was only using half of the court.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? They was only using half of the court and stuff like that, and they were paying money. So they said, "Well, why is bring us this? And at least we can have the lights moving and all types of stuff
Right. Because
going on."
the crowd brings
Yeah,
in money.
and,
Like if you
and,
want, like
and yeah, and
if you
it
buy
felt
from
more
the
immersed. A lot of people that I know
mm-hmm.
that went, and it was at the Galen Center, and like it didn't feel too much immersed. Where you saw Sony did it at one of the theaters in Hollywood somewhere that probably get used maybe once or twice a year, and
Right.
they paid all that money. Look at
Yeah.
all that money they spent for last year. They was going from this spot to that spot. That was a lot of money. I think they blew their load last year.
But that is, they paid a
I
lot of
think they
money,
over.
and then they
Yeah,
didn't even, and then it didn't even look
Yep.
yeah. It didn't pan
cohesive.
out.
It looked crazy. It looked like everything was
Yeah,
out of control. Yeah.
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 Like
You're right.
it wasn't like saying you're paying for this orchestra. Why are you paying for that? No,
They dropped
I
the
don't give
hands of
a fuck about
Microsoft.
that. Just play the music. I ain't saying that, but look at. I don't care about no twirling dancers. What the fuck? I don't give a
Right.
shit about that. Show me, just saying you just show me a presentation.
Right. Right. So listen, check it out, guys. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody
Yeah.
out there that's listening and for joining us. Ghost is home. Ghost never really gets time to be off from his job, so that's why he's doing a show in
Yep.
Thanksgiving. For all you dummies and haters, they're gonna be like, look at these clowns. They still cheering and talking shit while it's Thanksgiving. You're supposed to be celebrating with your family. No, that's not the case. We came here to help him because he's our brother. And anything that he needs, we there for him because
Hello.
that's what we're about. So for you clowns, that's not how it is. For those of you that understand and are mature and are adults, happy Thanksgiving to y'all. God bless y'all and your family. Thank you for tuning in and listening to us. Now, Ghost,
Yeah.
because it's Thanksgiving, I want to give out a giveaway. I got a 1 month of Game Pass.
Go ahead, my brother.
Okay, so for all those listening in the chat down the bottom, if you need it, and tell us why you what you liked about the show or tuned in, and we'll pick somebody out and then direct message me or 100 on Twitter, and we'll give you the passcode. Okay?
That's what's up, guys. And for right now, guys, I just did this because I am home. I'm a
Mhm.
husband. I'm a father. My wife just cooked me up a lot of food We're about to eat. I ain't have to go nowhere because I got my own crib. You know.
God bless. Yeah.
Oh, yep. We all men here. Usually we stay with our wives and or family members come over, and it is what it is, guys. This is why I did a show because hey, I wanted to enjoy it. It's called Let's Talk About It. I wanted to talk about these fuck boys. Excuse my French. These so-called fan extremists talking about Sony don't need to show up to E3. And I just had to speak my mind. And my fellow ex-bodying bros, 100 and
Mhm.
Hebot, joined me and we having a good time. I'm chilling with my brother. He's in LA. Hebot's in Jersey. I'm from New York. And we just bigging it up. Three grown men just chilling out, hanging out, about to get our grub on. And we having a good time, guys. Hope you enjoyed the show.
That's for sure. Thanks for having us on. Sorry I came late. I
Yeah,
just I didn't want to leave y'all hanging. I just had to come out and get a couple of things real quick. But again, remember to the people, to the audience, 100. Happy Thanksgiving, my brother. Love you very much. I hope you have a good one. Be blessed
Mm.
with your family as well. Same thing with you, Ghost. I
yeah,
have a Game Pass, a monthly Game Pass I want to give out on your show because we like to give. We givers over here at our crew, okay? We like to give for those that show us love. So I know it's not much, but it's just a little something for Thanksgiving. Just hit me up on DM or hit up 100. Like I said, leave a comment below about what you like about the show, what we talked about, or if you just need it, and let us know what's the deal, and we'll pick somebody and give it to you, and we'll get in touch with you. All right?
yep. That's what's up, guys. He about let them know where they can reach you at.
Oh, like always, on Twitter, on YouTube, wherever you see a little hate, on my or on Xbox Live, on PlayStation, I'm everywhere. It's always Ebot8 or Hebot without the number. It will always be a capital H, lowercase e, hyphen, capital B, lowercase O and T, and then a space and an 8 or no number at all. You can find me at DirectX. You can find me at Let's Talk About It, Intro Media Gaming. Also with my family at DirectX and the DX Mansion with my boy New Legal. Shout out to him. And the Micropod of X with the Micropod X podcast over there at the UK with Andy
Oh, we lost he about the ponies got him.
Uh-huh.
Got him. They said get him out of here. Throw him out. All right, 100. Let them know where they could reach you at and get you.
And yeah, there shoot, y'all can catch me on the interweb. One of the hottest topics around. Um, shoot, everybody get together. Probably have DirectX on Sunday,
Yep,
or
definitely.
uh, and everybody have a nice Thanksgiving. I'm gonna have to go get in a road soon.
Yeah,
I
you know
gotta
how it
go to
is.
Bakersfield. I don't want to. I wanted to sit back, but uh, you know, uh, might even go live from boring ass Bakersfield. But hey, it is what it is, and everybody have a wonderful Thanksgiving, and what I'm saying, go spend time, get out these interweb streets and these gaming streets arguing all the time. Let's go have you a good time.
Yeah, definitely.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Sorry, my phone. I got attacked. Wow, even on Thanksgiving. Anyway, so yeah, you can find me over there with the guys at the Micropod of X in the UK with the guys I said, and also my new show on Mixer is coming every week. This week we got off obviously for the holidays, spending with the family, but it'll be back next week at We Got Next. That's the name of my new show. So I hope you guys tune in. I hope you guys like it. Love everyone. God bless you and happy Thanksgiving.
God bless you too. He about in the family.
Thanks, my brother.
Yeah. Honey, you already said your piece, right?
Yeah.
All
Uh
right, man. I'm your host, Ghost Rider 730. I hope you guys enjoyed this little Let's Talk About It show. Thank you, 100. And thank you, Hebot, for
huh.
joining me on my show today and this beautiful day of Thanksgiving. God bless everybody out there. I hope everybody gets to have a great time with their family. There's no need to argue on Twitter. There's no need for Xbox dudes or PlayStation dudes talk about killing each other or banning each other. For once and for all, just enjoy the good food. The holidays is here, guys. Enjoy your games on whichever platform you prefer. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and God bless you guys, man. Thank you for stopping by and watching. Peace out,
God
yo.
bless. Peace.
God bless.